So we are now in the vestry, and hopefully you can all hear us from the vestry. I'm just keeping my eye on the chat here, David, so apologies if you haven't got full eye contact from me. I'll just keep my eye on the chat here. Our joiners and watchers are very good. They will let us know if they can't hear us, so
excellent.
We should all be good because no one's saying anything, so that's good. So we are joined by the lovely David Grove this evening, spiritual medium. And I guess we don't usually do this. We tend to have our speakers on and they give us a bit of philosophy, a bit of a spiritual address. You're used to giving those, David.
Indeed.
Given lots of those over the years. But we don't often speak about, how people came into the spiritualist movement and how they work individually. Lots of mediums do work in slightly different ways. So this should be quite interesting. So if anyone is, Rachel can hear us fine, wonderful, thank you, Rachel. So if anyone's got any questions for David, feel free to ask them on the comments. I do have a few here written down. So how did you start your work with spirit, David? Where did it all begin for you?
It began with a rather lovely young lady sitting in a car with me. She was my PA at one stage, and quite out of the blue, she said to me, "Someone in your family used to speak in a very particular way." And I said, "Yes, I understand that. That was my eldest aunt." And she said, "Right. Well, she lived in a flat, didn't she?" And she went on and described the flat.
Wow.
Now, this came totally out of the blue. And I had absolutely no knowledge of spiritualism or any interest in it. I was an established organist and choir master in a parish church and had been for some years. And so this was something that, well, I couldn't just let it go. I had to start looking into it. Of course, I was skeptical to begin with.
Yes, as we usually are.
Being the sort of person that I am, I went and got hold of books and started reading. But that same young lady used to run circles.
Okay.
And at one stage I passed the test to be able to sit in her circle for a short while. Subsequently, I was moved to Bath after I retired, and our paths went in different ways. And I ended up in Bath. But I knew that I'd got to continue. Yeah. And so that's what I did. And I ended up through various contacts and so on in a spiritualist church in Wiltshire.
Wonderful.
And that's really where it went on from.
So almost like they chose you, didn't they? That message about your aunt to spark the interest.
I'm quite certain I was chosen.
Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it?
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. And people experience and feel spirit differently, don't they? We talk about it.
They certainly do.
Yeah. So I wonder how you experience.
Well, I'm strange to say because I used to be the coldest person you could imagine. In terms of emotions, but actually I sense spirit more than I see.
So it's a feeling within your energy, your body.
Absolutely.
You feel it. Okay. So what does
obviously I do hear a bit, and there is this sense of knowing very often. Yeah. And we get smells from time to time, but really. For me, the centre of it is my senses.
Wonderful, wonderful. Gina's asked how long you've been a medium, David. So you say that was quite a few years ago, but how long have you been working?
18 years.
Wow. There you go. There you go, Gina. He knows what he's doing. 18 years working with spirit. They work you hard, don't they?
They do.
So do you sit in a circle now, David? Do you have a circle?
We have, well, Anne, my wife and I, we're running circles on Zoom.
Lovely.
Our home circle, which used to meet
Yeah.
actually in someone else's premises.
Physically.
Physically, yes, but we haven't been able to do that. Then we started finding people wanted to come and join the circle from other parts of the country.
Yes. Yeah.
So we have, in fact, quite a few people, not a large number, a few people from the Forest of Dean area, strange to say,
Okay.
but Hastings and that area, yes. So we've got those circles. I used to sit in circles before I got married 3 years ago, down in Wiltshire, and I had a home circle. I also had the privilege of running a circle in Bristol in the church there.
Lovely.
Yes, been very busy with spirit work, really.
And it's very different. Remote online is very different. We've certainly shown that, proved that you can connect with spirit regardless and the person, regardless of where you are.
Absolutely.
People used to rely heavily on the energies meeting, being in the physical with someone. But spirit are very, very clever, and they can go past those. What we thought were boundaries are not, are they? So the circle is running well online regardless.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we've got 2 new members tonight, in fact.
Excellent. And here you are.
Yes, I'm here. Well, we've one of our members of Circle now is training to become a Circle leader.
Wonderful.
So she's taken my place tonight.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's good. You're working then. That's really good. I know that you visit other churches within our area.
Yes.
You come a good way to visit us, which we're very grateful for. But you do private sittings and workshops and stuff as well.
I haven't really done that since I've moved here,
Okay.
because our home is very small and we have 3 dogs.
Yeah.
So we have done some in churches.
Yeah.
I have done some of that work there. I used to do quite a bit back home. I also used to run workshops on presentation skills and also about music and spirit.
Oh, lovely.
I was introduced at Stansted Hall, which is a major sort of education centre for spiritualism. And one week I was there with a gentleman who was a musician, a very good one. He said, "Why aren't you using your music?" And showed me that when I play, spirit can influence the way that I play to give me information.
Oh, wow.
And it's quite fascinating.
Oh.
But when someone was coming for a private sitting, I would sit at my piano before they came and just allow spirit to give me some back.
Wow.
And they do that through, if you just allow them to take over your hand. They'll show you sometimes there's mistakes, sometimes it gets quite rough and disharmony, and other times it's peaceful and so on. It's absolutely fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
I've not actually heard of that before.
Well, I've done workshops on it.
It's wonderful. Yeah. Oh, wow. We do have a few questions on here.
Lovely.
Yes, Michelle gets smells and feelings and songs at times. Yep, so spirit communicates through music.
Yes.
Absolutely. Summer asked, did you ever have dream visitations from spirit?
I have had, yes.
Yeah.
I have had.
It's a different feeling, isn't it?
A very different feeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, when I went to Bath, I was actually working in the university. and I had a professor there who he'd won the Queen's Medal for Mathematics at Cambridge. And you would think someone who was so logically minded that it wouldn't, but he actually, I wasn't quiet about what I did. I was quite open about what I am and what I believe. And he actually came to some meditation classes that we did in the university. And one day he came to me ashen-faced, and he said, I need your help or advice. You know, my mother and mother-in-law both passed the spirit during the course of the last year. This morning, while I was coming out of my sleep, my mother-in-law stood there and talked to me.
Wow.
Is that possible? He said. I said, yes, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful thing that a man of that sort of brain and so on, who really thinks so logically and so on, that he could be open to that.
Yeah.
And believe it.
Absolutely, and that because there is that difference, so you can think, well, maybe I was dreaming that, but the senses and the feelings that you get in that moment when it's a spirit visitation is so strong. It's completely different to a dream. You just know.
Absolutely.
How wonderful is that? Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so let's have a little look. So Sheena's asked, may I ask if you see or feel? Well, I think you've covered that, Sheena. I think you feel and get a sense
Yes, I
of
do
spirit.
see, but through my third eye.
Absolutely.
I've only once ever seen spirit.
Okay.
Only once.
It's in the form.
In logic, right in front of me.
Yeah. So I don't think people always know the difference, do they, of the seeing? And
No.
you can see in your third eye, it's something that comes into the mind.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, mediumship is mental mediumship. It's mind to mind, because when we leave this life, it's our mind that survives.
Yes. Yes.
It's our mind and our personality, our consciousness.
Yeah.
And it is mind to mind mediumship.
Yeah, and that's how they connect in.
That's right.
Wonderful. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed that. I would love to ask lots more questions, and I'm sure there are some on there. But I'm sure everybody's eager to watch your work, David.
All right.
And, hopefully get some messages. So I will just say to you guys, if there's anyone on there that is happy to come online, you know, have your face shown on screen, please do let us know in the comments there. Other than that, David will have a look at the comments and see who he's drawn to and work in the way that we usually would. So let's take our position up onto the rostrum then, David. This is all fun, isn't it?